Let's discuss this defence spending further with Dr. Dan Prince, Senior Lecturer in Cybersecurity at Lancaster University. And we were hearing there about the new threats to this country, particularly the cyber threats. Where do you see those threats as coming from especially?
There's a broad range of threat actors that are really targeting the UK. So from anything from criminal gangs, and we've also seen a number of reports around nation state attacks. And earlier this year, we've seen the NCSE come out and identify a number of those nation states. And so there's a real interest in targeting and influencing people within nations. And even now, when you look at the current times in terms of COVID, where everybody has necessarily moved on to be digital, working from home, we've seen a significant increase in cyber attacks on individuals and organisations trying to take advantage of a lack of potentially understanding in people working from home and using these new digital technologies.
So because of the increased use of digital technology, so many people working from home, this sort of security is more important than ever. But when you talk about nation states, I mean, we know about Russia. Who else?
Well, we've seen types of attacks coming from places like North Korea, and a lot of other intelligence kind of gathering activity. And certainly, you know, one of the things that we've got in the UK is a world-class set of capability in terms of GCHQ, the NCSE, and our intelligence services more broadly, and the military. And you know, the work that they're doing, reaching out to the academic community and industry to bring all that capability to defend against nation state or criminal attacks is brilliant. And you just got to look at things like the Academic Centre of Excellence scheme from the NCSE that Lancaster is one of, in order to look at how they're bringing together that capability to respond to these types of threats.
And you've got to respond, I suppose, every month, every year, because, you know, this country's opponents are gathering sophistication, increasing their sophistication. So we have to match that.
Yeah, it's a daily arms race. The innovation shown by the attackers has to be matched by innovation from our side, which is why I'm delighted to see the creation of this new National Cyber Force, because bringing together all of this capability under one kind of unified command will really allow us to take steps forward in terms of defence, and where necessary, an offensive capability. Certainly, you know, that those who would wish to do our country harm and our interests harm are not holding back. They're developing capability as fast as we can defend against it. But we've got all the right pieces, and it looks like we're going to be able to put them together in the right way to really enhance what we already have.
When you say develop an offensive capability, are you saying that we should be thinking about cyber attacks on other people?
Well, if you look at the message from the Prime Minister, they avowed the actions against Daesh, for example, in trying to degrade their information warfare capability, and so you're also seeing in nation states complementary kind of offensive cyber activity sitting alongside more traditional kinetic activity, and so it's got to be a capability as we move into sort of a next generation of grey zone or disruptive warfare in those kind of areas, that we also have a suitable capability that sits alongside what we can already do with our traditional armed forces.
Yeah. All right, good to talk to you. Very interesting analysis. Dr. Dan Prince there, Senior Lecturer in Cybersecurity at Lancaster University.